Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. It's another 4-bottle blind.
Whenever somebody says, what's the best $60 bottle? The consensus out there generally is 1920. Sure, it doesn't appeal to everybody, but for most people, this is a really solid $60 bottle. Well, we asked our Patreons, what do you put up against this particular bottle? If you don't see it, what are you getting? Or what do you prefer to it? And we got a boatload of feedback. And so this might actually turn into a bit of a series because we have a lot of 115-ish proof bottles in that $60 price range. But today we are gonna go with the 3 bottles that were called out the most, that I think probably have the widest distribution of all the bottles on our shelf that are in this class.
So first up, you know where you love her. It's the 116.8 proof Rare Breed.
A blend of 6, 8, and 12 year bourbons, and we got this one for $45. We've seen it as low as $39. We've seen it as high as $50.
Oh boy.
We get it around $42 to $45. We usually wait for it to go on sale, but it's always on our shelf, and it was the consensus pick.
Next up, the other Wild Turkey product in this matchup, Russell's Reserve Single Barrel.
This is such a solid bottle, $55 what we paid for that, and that's usually about what we see it for on shelves. These are aged about 8 to 10 years, 110 proof. It's a single barrel. There's a couple of single barrels in here, so there's gonna be small variances here and there, but it's the first time we put Russell's Reserve Single Barrel versus Wild Turkey Rare Breed.
Third on the table, Knob Creek Single Barrel Reserve 9 year.
For $55, 9 years aged, 120 proof. It's the bottle that we always said is a little bit astringent. I don't know if it's our single barrel in particular, or if it's this product just doesn't appeal to our palates. However, in a previous video, we learned that adding 5 drops of water to 3/4 of an ounce of this product is really nice. It hits our palates perfectly, and it opened up a ton of flavors. So since that bottle is 120 proof and the rest of these are in 116, 115, 110 proof area, whichever one of these glasses has the Knob Creek in it has received 5 drops of water, because we want to have the best tasting experience possible, and we want to give that bottle a fair chance here. The last bottle, of course, 1920 from Old Forester. I poured these, Julie mixed them around on the table, so we will not know which ones we're sipping, most likely. We'll nose the glasses, we will taste them from one direction, then the other direction, A/B testing.
Onto the nose.
Here we go, glass 1.
It's got a nice oak presence there.
I got brown sugar here. There's something creamy about it, like a creamy vanilla, like a frosting maybe?
Yeah, definitely creamy.
Touch of spice here. I'm not sure it's cinnamon. Roasted pecan or something like that?
I like
Or
it.
walnut, some kind of nuttiness there, but not much. It's faint. That's really,
It smells good.
it smells great, yeah. Glass 2.
Very different.
It's rich, whatever it is, it's dark.
It has a bit of an earthy undertone to it.
Maybe an almond. I think number 1 was brighter, number 2 is darker, but they're both a little subdued.
Yeah.
On to glass 3.
Yeah.
You know, I thought this was medicinal at first, but it changed so rapidly. It's a red candy now, maybe red licorice, subtle vanilla, maybe some caramel. But that medicinal antiseptic sort of thing is there. It almost has a little bit of a rye note to it. Tiny hint of milk chocolate coated red licorice.
Milk chocolate coated red licorice.
I'm gonna write it
That
just
sounds like
like
a
that.
Julie note.
All right, glass
All
4.
Yep. Oh boy, well that didn't take long.
Banana bread, cherry candy,
The nose is lovely.
cherry syrup, really. Ooh,
This is the strongest nose of the 4.
vanilla,
But
brown
I think,
sugar.
yeah, but I think it's just because these flavors are so different than the other 3.
Yeah, this is
and
totally
they stand
different.
out. Yeah, I like it.
Banana bread with caramel chips or something. All right, that's the noses.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That has a nice chocolate note to it.
Oh, there's a little maple here. More red fruit there, raspberry maybe. Just what I thought on the nose. I called it a little brighter than the rest, and that's exactly what we've got here. Coats beautifully, nice mouthfeel here. Oh, the oak now really coming through when I breathe it in.
Yep. It almost tastes a little sticky, like a sticky candy.
You know those raspberry candies that are wrapped? They look like little raspberries?
I'm not kidding. Yes, I do, and I love those.
Yeah.
I know that there's something weird inside of them, but
Yeah. It comes from, look that up if you
no,
don't know.
look it up.
Well, if you eat those candies, you should know.
Yeah, you should know. So I'm not getting a lot of fruit flavors on this. I know you're getting a lot of fruit flavors on it. I was just about to say like, oh, this is a nice warmth. It's a great proof point. But then I realized that they're all kind of the same, within the same proof point there.
Yeah, but that proof point here really, really suits this.
Yeah.
The flavors of this. That's dynamite. I really like that. Hits the palate perfectly. I don't get the vanilla. There was like there was a hope off the nose that there would be a really nice hit of creamy vanilla on the palate. Didn't really get that, so I'm a little bummed. I feel like a little bit let down there. About to go on to glass 2, but I just want to make one note on the finish there.
Yeah.
Raspberry, dry oak, and a touch of brown leather. Nice combo on the finish of glass 1.
This definitely has a nutty element to it.
Touch nutty, and a dry oak on the palate.
Got some brown sugar on that one. I'm gonna have to drink a little bit more. The finish wasn't as good as glass number 1.
I would agree with that.
There's nice hits of vanilla in there.
Yeah, really nice vanilla. The promise of vanilla from the nose comes through on this one. It's almost like a vanilla frosted almond.
I'm gonna say the mid palate is where this one shines.
That's a great, excellent note.
I'm not super enamored with the first instance that you drink it. And like I said, the finish isn't as long lasting as the first glass.
The finish really gives me, that's where the vanilla and some red fruit shows up. Maybe a strawberry there, maybe a raspberry. I like this one a lot too.
Yeah,
Not surprised.
It does have almost like a dry element to it as well, which is funny because that's what we said on the first one too. Maybe this is the flight of the dry.
The Flight of the Dry. That's not a movie I want to see.
There's a lot of flavor in this one.
There's the maple.
We always say things taste bright, but compared to the first two, it's almost like there was a beam of sunlight just pushing the flavors forward. It just felt happy on my tongue.
I'm picturing that old Raisin Bran box with the sun with his 2 scoops of raisins, but in this case, it's like 2 barrels of whiskey.
I love it. If I was a beginner drinker, I'm not sure how I would feel about glass number 3. The flavors are a little bitey almost.
Yeah, there's a ethanol presence there,
Yeah.
certainly. The finish, it actually goes to a bit of a bitterness.
Yeah.
But
It
what
works.
is there is really exciting. It works. You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, as a cohesive experience. I actually really like this one. I don't think I've even given any notes on this yet.
No, I didn't. Sunshine bitter and it works. That's what I've said about this.
I've got caramel and oak. I do think that there's a little bit of walnut on this one.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I can't have them. My body hates walnuts. But so maybe this is a forbidden fruit thing. That's why I like it so much. These are interesting flavors. There's some vanilla showing up. This one's dry again. It's making my mouth water. Oh, that's really, really pleasant.
I like it, and I just looked down and I somehow drank almost the entire glass already. That's
Look
a
at you.
problem. I did like that one.
The finish of this one brings me like maybe clove.
Something that has a little hint of bite to it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really interesting pour, and I really like it. I like the nuttiness, the spice kick, the oak, and there's some caramel vanilla on the finish there too. I'm gonna write that down. I don't want to lose sight of any of this. There's so much happening. And to quote Aerosmith, I don't want to miss a thing.
Oh gosh, Armageddon. Come
Nailed it.
on.
How about it?
Nailed it. Hey,
Pop culture reference. How about that?
you hate that movie.
Glass 4.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh my god, the nose.
Jeez.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh gosh, shoot.
Tell you what though, it's not as dynamic.
Some of these other ones I feel like maybe are a little bit more complex, but I like it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, shoot,
It's
it
totally right up my alley.
Yeah.
I know in my head I'm going like it's a beautiful symphony, but I'm like, I know that that's not right because I just said that it isn't as complex and a symphony would be complex, but in my head it rings like, ah,
Yeah, it's a fantastic.
she's beautiful.
It's a 3-minute fantastic pop song.
Sure. All right, so let's get serious on this one. Definitely banana bread in there.
Yeah.
Great
I put
oak.
Banana cream on the palate with a vanilla frosting or
Yeah.
like whatever sort of sugary topping you put on it.
Yeah, super lovely vanilla. All that oak presence is there.
There's a little cherry syrup there too, which
Yeah.
sort of like offsets that banana. There's
It's
something.
like a cherry candy. I just got that on the finish.
Yeah, it's almost like a weird Neapolitan because there's a hint of really sweet milk chocolate there too. There's
Yeah.
nothing bitter about it, like you said. It's awfully good. The finish isn't as long lasting as some of the others,
Right.
but there's no bitterness on that finish, and it is. Now that I'm sitting with it, chocolate, caramel, brown sugar. Yeah,
like it.
1920, the most expensive of the bunch for this particular foursome, showed up really nicely on the first way through, but they all showed up really nicely. So
Yeah.
I do think this is going to come down to palate preference. Glass 4, we know exactly what it is. Glasses 1
Yeah.
through 3,
Oh no, that's up for grabs.
that's a toss-up. I don't know
I
what
might
they
know
are.
what one of them is.
Time to take a little break. We'll get some water, reset our palates a little bit, and then we'll come back, start with glass number 4, and go back the other direction. There is a little more complexity here than I first thought.
I will agree with
Boy,
you.
is that satisfying.
Totally. All right, glass 3.
Here we go.
Gonna make quick work of this.
Quick work with this.
It still has that bite to it, but in a really great way. Like
Yeah.
there's just something that catches your attention on glass number 3. Oh, I do like this nose on glass number 2. Thick caramel essence to the nose.
Yeah.
All right, glass number 1. There's almost like a touch of like chai in there.
Are you getting the raspberry note on this one yet?
I'm having a real problem with my fruit today.
There's such a nice raspberry note on that. And with that chai note that you're talking about, the vanilla, really nice dry oak there, and that hint of leather on the back end. I do think it coats the best and it has the best finish, and those two elements alone are kind of putting this one on a pedestal for me.
Yeah.
We're gonna A/B test. Let's get to it so that we can tell these people what we're drinking.
And it's pizza time.
Oh, I can't wait for pizza.
Okay. I'm not ready yet.
No, me neither.
I'm gonna have 0% liquid left in these glasses.
I actually have my order.
You do?
Yeah, and I wrote it down and I'm gonna scratch it out and rewrite it because I have a new order.
Perfect. I'm gonna steal a couple of your glasses.
All right, we're gonna start with 4th place. Tell me which glass you chose for 4th place and what you think it is.
Okay.
This is gonna be a fun exercise. We haven't done this before.
I'm choosing glass number 2 as my glass number 4. I do think it's the Knob Creek.
I'm also choosing that one as
Okay.
my 4th place, but I think it's Rare Breed.
Wow, really?
I think it's Wild Turkey Rare Breed because there's
No.
red licorice and cinnamon there, and that's what I get from Rare Breed a lot of the time.
Wow, I didn't get any of that.
So
all
this-
I got was chocolate covered peanuts, which I thought for sure had to be a Jim Beam product. D. Oh my God.
Was it really D? Russell's Reserve Single Barrel finished in 4th. That's amazing to
That
me.
doesn't make any sense to me. Why is it so nutty?
You know, when we put this against Russell's Reserve 13, this turned into a chocolate peanut butter bomb. Okay, what is your 3rd place and what do you think it is?
I put glass number 1.
Really? That's my 1st place.
Oh, snap.
And I thought this was Russell's Reserve Single Barrel.
I thought that was, yes.
It's letter B, right?
Yes. Oh, I'm nervous now.
That's Wild Turkey Rare Breed. And that's my winner, by the way, everyone. We got Wild Turkey bookending this thing for me. And your Wild Turkeys are in 4th
I have
third.
earned 0% over the last year, apparently.
This is shocking to both of us. So what's in your 2nd place?
Glass number 3.
And what do you think it is?
Well, I thought it was the Rare Breed.
Okay. But what do you think it is now?
It's the Knob Creek.
Okay.
It has to be.
I've got glass number 3
Which
in
is
my 3rd place.
insane.
I've got it as, I also think it's Knob Creek. It's glass letter A. I keep saying Single Barrel Select, but it's Single Barrel Reserve, 9-year with 5 drops of water in it.
That water helped.
It makes all the difference in the
Yeah.
world. That was in 3rd place. You put that in your 2nd place?
Yeah,
So your 1st place then, you chose the Old Forester.
I did.
And I had that one actually in 2nd place. Wild Turkey Rare Breed in 1st place. I've got 1920 in 2nd place. I've got Knob Creek Single Barrel Reserve 9-year with 5 drops of water in 3rd place. And I've got Russell's Reserve Single Barrel in 4th place. That was really, really wild. Now, what have you got there?
1920 is my 1st place.
Sure.
Knob Creek is my 2nd place.
Wild.
Crazy. Rare Breed is my 3rd place. Russell's Single Barrel is my 4th place.
That's the one thing that we had in common. Russell's Single Barrel finished 4th here.
I don't think that the 1920 kind of won out in terms of complexity, but I just enjoyed the sip more than the other ones. It was just very sweet, very flavorful, very jewelly.
From a complexity standpoint, I might put it in 3rd or even 4th.
Yes.
But the satisfaction of that sip,
If you are somebody who loves a great finish, then glass number 1, which was our Rare Breed,
yeah,
that's the hitter.
tons of complexity.
loved that finish.
Fantastic finish.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cheapest of the bunch. These were all very close. But if you can't find 1920, obviously there are some fantastic options out there. I want to do this again in the future.
Yeah, I had a great time. My mind is blown a bit.
What's your favorite $60-ish, 115-ish proof bottle? I know it's a little stupid.
A lot of issues.
Whatever, it's all ishy. Let us know what your favorite is in the comments, and we'll do this again soon. Let us know if there's a bottle you'd like to see us put 1920 up against in the future, and from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Seriously, banana pudding.
Subscribe, guys.